Whoopi Goldberg, Joe Rogan. Woo! You know who it is, the uncanny one. Del Boy D, there, Diablo TV. Like and subscribe, do the things you're supposed to do. And woo, I'm gonna break it down for you and kick the ballistics, so to speak, because the problem is, for too long, you got these armchair anti-racists and you got these bunch of amateurs talking about race and all this sort of thing who don't really know what they're talking about. What about me? I'm the anti-racist OG from the 80s, Jack. I'm one of the people who built US Antifa, Playboy. They put me on the news talking about it? Nah, because they got their own agenda, you see? But the thing about it is, both Whoopi Goldberg and Joe Rogan is bringing up valid points. So Whoopi, how she views it, she said that the Holocaust, oh, well, that wasn't about race. You know, the way she look at it, that's a bunch of white people fighting each other. She sees the Jews as whites, so that's a bunch of white people fighting each other from her perspective, as what her mind, the social construct called black means. And then Joe Rogan, he's saying something that calling people white and black is weird because ain't nobody actually black. But again, social construct. And then these critical race theory people, it begins by saying that race is a social construct. So whether you call it race theory, whether you call it Nazi race theory, critical race theory, any race theory you say is still race theory. Hence, race-ism. Not merely identifying that there's supposedly this thing as race, but actually making an ism out of it, an entire philosophy, a worldview, making that the way you view life itself. And it's a bunch of hogwash. It was something that these Europeans came up with to explain the world around them that wasn't scientifically based. And the thing about it is, what Joe Rogan is saying is true. Black doesn't make sense. Because if it's people of color, scientifically, back in the old days, they didn't know this, but these colors are science, wavelengths. Black is the absence of color. Then you have the colors, and then white is all the colors put together. So the term people of color and black doesn't make sense together scientifically. So the point of the matter is, you can't tell somebody what they are as far as race. Whatever they perceive them to be, that's what it means to them. Race is subjective. Race is misinformation. Race theory is misinformation. It's a conspiracy theory. It's been disproven and debunked. There's no such thing. Somebody could call themselves whatever race they want to call themselves. But if you want to talk about now, not American KKK, Democrat, white supremacy, that's one body of knowledge. If you want to talk about National Socialism and Nazism, they are not promoting any white supremacy. It's Aryanism. So Whoopi Goldberg's right in that sense. Because it wasn't just, forget about Jews for a second. Everybody's right away jumped to that and they said gypsies as well on the show. But what about Poles? And what about Slavs? According to the Aryanism into it of Hitler, those people are subhuman, same as Jews. I'm talking about Russians and Polish. So you got the Aryanism, Nordicism, that views these other people as a different race. And the Koreans, I know Koreans, they consider themselves a different race than Chinese. But in American white liberals, they say, oh, they're all Asian people. And then what about all this brown people, how they like to call us? Latinos and now what, Indians as well? So the point is this, if you still believing in race, that it's real, that it actually exists, in 2022, you're backwards. And if you believe in ascribing attributes to these imagined races, such as whiteness and blackness, you are a racialist. And me as an OG anti-racist, the only racialist there ever was a Ku Klux Klan and the white supremacists. If you believe in whiteness and blackness, you believe that those are real, you are a racialist. And to me, a racialist is a racist. The end.